the Cup. Rogers out to make sure once again, and opting to let it run for a goal kick.
Yeah, Greg Bulger firing the ball forward, knows they've got two up there. Just seems to be a little change in the organisation, the Cork front line. Looks like Kieran Sadlier has come inside beside Campion, and Shepherd has gone slightly to the left, so Dooley's on the right. So is that because Shepherd has a little bit of soreness in his hamstring, with them having used the three substitutes? They can't take him off.
On by Dooley. Flags up for offside.
Good little touch from Kieran Sadlier though in the central position, so now should be a bit more aggression from Campion, a bit more physicality against Hoare and Vemelin, and Sadlier in there picking up the pieces. He's playing, I suppose he's playing as a second striker, maybe just off Campion, maybe dropping in to receive something to his feet, but also available to run after anything, to gamble and push on ahead of him if there's a long ball played into the Frenchman.
McElhenney, no way through there. So Cork seek a passage forward. Campion denied by the intervention of Sean Hoare. Yeah,
but it was a very positive run from Campion. He really looked like he wanted to get onto it. So one sub against the other, and Hoare's speed and freshness got him there.
McMillan all alone. Clever little touch, and still he battles on. Dooley wins it back. Oh, that wasn't too far away. Sadlier, match winner in the past, had his chance.
Yeah, see here, picks her up in that number 10 position, running the four Dundalk players converging around him. Nice pass from Bulger, gets her out from under his feet, gets the shot away, just scraping off the outside of his butt for the outside the far post.
Final Dundalk substitution coming, John Mountney. Coming on to replace Patrick McElhenney.
He's played well, George, I think, and he's done his bit defensively for the team as well. Didn't score the critical goal, made a lot of very important passes in the match, and as I said, I think they're happy. I think Stephen Kenny needs that little bit of extra legs and edge in the middle of the field that John Mountney will give them. Normally has been playing on the right side of midfield for the last 2 years when he's played. When he started, it's usually there he is, but probably a bit more central now because they need energy. Stephen O'Donnell is kind of fading into a holding, just staying there in the centre, that mid area around the centre circle, and Benson's obviously a little bit fatigued from his efforts in the match, so important to have at least one energetic fresh man in there.
Beattie for Cork. McCormick. And back to Bennett. And away to Delaney. And on in turn for Griffin. Dylan Connolly, of course, out in that right-sided berth that Mountney would have enjoyed. Foul there by Sean Gannon.
Every one of these type of situations is a chance for Cork to get men in the box, just like the one the last minute of the game.
Free kick by Bulger. Ends up out of play for a throw to Cork. Dooley. Bulger. That was important by Massey. Dived in to get the header away. McMillan trying to force it out wide right to the right, but he's put it out of play.
They're not controlling the game, Dundalk, in any way. Cork are pushing on, taking some risks as they have to, and they look like look busy and they look fresh, George, as well. The players that have come in, Bulger, Sadlier, they've given them a little bit. Campion's given them a bit as well. They're all in central areas of the pitch, and that freshness has given them every chance now.
Sadlier. That's off to McCormick. Sadlier came short for it. McCormick. Now Bulger. Carl Shepherd. Dooley. Shepherd. Onside here. Oh, there's the equaliser. Campion's done it. And Cork ecstatic. The substitutions worked.
Well, I said the freshness was making a bit of difference. I think it was Shepherd's ball over the top. Campion did very well to stay onside. Dundalk had a high line, caught standing still. Here we see the ball over the top. He's just bang on side, in line with Emelin. Takes first touch, second touch, drives it through the goalkeeper and into the here he is. They've been kept onside by the Dame Massey in the left back position anyway, even if Emelin hadn't got him. There's the chest control and turn, strike through the goalkeeper's legs. Brilliant finish.
Achille Campion adds to the European lustre of the Irish Daily Mail FAI Cup.
Well, that's the sort of impact you need from a substitution, isn't it? Carl Shepherd's down, George. He's obviously not feeling great. We saw the big strapping going around his hamstring just before the restart of extra time. But unless he can't walk, they're gonna have to leave him out on the pitch now, having used up the three. I think, you know, there's been experimentation with the extra substitute when it goes to extra time in matches, and I think that should be introduced across the board in football. I think it's very hard to expect a team to work with three substitutes only in 120 minutes. Here we see the cleverness of the ball from Shepherd, the weight of the pass. Dundalk centre backs Howard and Vemelin looking across the line, but what they don't realise is Massey is about 7 yards behind them, keeping them onside.
Spot on decision from the assistant referee on this near side, Robert Clark. And now, has that taken the wind out of Dundalk's sails? Can they come back from that reverse?
Well, I'd say it's usually disappointing. Given the last 2 years, the game has been won on one goal. Both of them were very late in the match. So momentum with Cork, you'd have to think now, having rescued the situation when they've gone behind, they'd be feeling good about themselves. And that freshness around the middle of the field has been really important.
Well, I was saying we've an international flavour to this FAI Cup final today. The 2 goals so far scored by a Dane and a Frenchman.
Yeah, not enough of them around the league for me, George. We haven't had too many players, non-Irish players, playing the league in the last few years. And I always think they add a little bit of something to it, no matter where they're from, outside of Ireland.
Here's the opportunity for Mountney to try and create something. And Mountney back to Benson. Vemelund. Mountney and Benson again. Duffy. Massey into the corner goes Mountney, and McCormick cracked him back. The referee says it's a corner.
Big challenge for Dundalk now, mental challenge as well as physical, to try and get themselves back on top in the game, having had that lead and thinking it might be enough, but it's too early in many ways.
Here's Duffy's corner. It's not a good delivery this time. O'Donnell won that. Cork tried to come again.
It was every chance we were going to go to penalties today, George. We haven't quite got there in either of the two previous seasons, but with 5 minutes to go plus injuries here, I think we've every chance today.
Sadlier, and he gets the free kick for the challenge by Stephen O'Donnell.
I think John Caulfield not too happy that Stephen O'Donnell has got away with that and isn't getting a second yellow card. It looked an obvious foul to me. Referee probably been slightly lenient to not giving the yellow.
Free kick taken by Greg Bulger. This is Griffin. Griffin still. Important header away. David McMillan back helping the defence. That's Bulger again. Those minutes tick away and the drama cranks up in the Aviva Stadium. Is there to be a winner, or will we have penalties for the first time since 2011?
Really good by Shane Griffin down the left-hand side again, George. That's the second one. He won a throw in this time. Last time he did really well, beat his man, beat Gannon, got the cross into the box. The Dundalk just about got ahead to it.
And Moses first the corner. No, referee says goal kick.
He's played well, hasn't he, Sadlier, since he's come on. I mean, he was the one fouled by O'Donnell just a few moments ago. He's been, each time he's gotten the ball, he's looked like creating something. There's Stephen. Must be very worried. John is busy on the line as ever. Much happier than he was, I'd say, as the second half was about to start.
Free kick to Cork again.
Dundalk struggling in that centre midfield area now. Stephen O'Donnell is just playing a short range, 5 and 10 yards maybe either side of, just in front of the centre backs, but he's not getting around as quickly. Benson been much less of a help. I think they need to move Mountney back into a deeper position, let Benson be the one getting on and getting forward.
So the referee has his word. Free kick into this goal brought the opener for Dundalk. And Greg Bulger doing the organising. Seconds tick away, a minute and a half plus whatever Paul McLaughlin adds on. Into the danger zone, back out again to Sadlier, blocked by O'Donnell. Away by Dylan Connolly and out of play.
He's not done enough, George, as one of the substitutes coming on. He's ran around, but he hasn't got on the ball and affected the game. There's a chance.
And they go again. Here's an opportunity. Rodgers was down making the dive, but the ball spun away to Gannon. So how long have we got left?
A minute.
A minute.
We might get 2 minutes injury time in this, I'd say, given a couple of little incidents. Let's see.
One additional minute we will have. So
I'd be given 2. Better chance of another goal.
In fact, he's gone. 2 minutes. 2 minutes it is. So we've 2.5 to go. Is there to be another goal here, or are we going to go to shootout?
They've had 2 of these already, but they were from much further back in the pitch. This one in a good position for Greg Bulger to get in. A similar ball to Michael Duffy got in for Dundalk to score.
Dundalk have dealt with that. The referee has been told there was an offside in there.
It wasn't as good as ball as Duffy's pass. When you got a left footer over there, they've been curling back towards the forwards rather than going in towards the defenders.
Mountney for Dundalk. Tension mounts. It's now O'Donnell. O'Donnell for Dane Massey. Massey. If it goes to Sean Hoare. Dane Massey. Moser in the way. Back again it comes for Dundalk. This time the header is from Beattie. Bennett. Benson. Back to Vemeland. He must have thought he'd won the cup for Dundalk. Hoare. Beattie up to win it decisively. And McCormick scampers across to take command. Dooley, rather, I should say, comes across to take command. But Dooley's pass is not a good one. It's come down, though, for Griffin. And as we enter the last minute of the additional time, Shane Griffin can drive forward for Cork City. Connolly got it clear, but Cork are ending on the up. Rogers comes, Rogers takes.
He's done well again, Shane Griffin getting up that left flank. Great battle with him and Sean Gannon, two full backs opposite each other. Then she has to play it back. Bulger puts her into the box, and Rogers once again takes her out of the air, plucks her out of the air, and boots her forward. Cork looking more likely, nowhere nearly there, George.
Well, there's the whistle that ends it and tells us that we will have a penalty shootout.
Minutes extra time. The score is Dundalk 1, Cork City.
Final score at the end of 120 minutes. They couldn't be separated. It's a goal apiece. So it's to penalties we go.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's been late the last 2 years, even later tonight before we all get out. It's kind of a pity it goes to penalty kicks, isn't it, George? I was happier it didn't go to penalty kicks the last 2 years, that we eventually saw a goal in the time the game has been played, rather than putting it down to a missed penalty. That's ultimately what will be about today.
Yeah.
Who misses a penalty kick, whether it's a goalkeeping save or otherwise, someone is going to miss a penalty before we get the decision. So that's a pity after such great effort with both teams, every individual player giving us all some outstanding performances, but level at the end.
Well, now it's over. It's just a question of how